What's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Young Guruji, Guruji. As you can see, I am happy and jolly and just excited to be alive and to take another shot at doing life. So thank you, universe, for allowing me to wake up and to be here and to kind of just share my thoughts and feelings today. And what I wanted to talk about was designing a life with balance. I find that it's so important, and that's one of the things that I've been trying to grow and develop, and I will say struggle with the past 2.5, maybe 3 years of my life. Just a little bit of background and why I wanted to share this message. I began working for myself as an entrepreneur, running my production company, Value Production. Once I took that leap of faith, everything was good, everything was flowing. I was running Value Production, Dream Technicians. Nothing was really stressful to the point of like where I had to question, do I need to work full time? Do I need to do my entrepreneur, my side hustles at the same time? I didn't really have those stresses and those worries. But since I've decided to take a step back from those things and not do them as long and as fervently as I used to, coming into yoga and really taking the time to develop my place and where I want to be and how it feels to me, and really slowing down time to really experience those things, there now comes a balance of, to live in this world we need money, but the things that I've come to understand is that money rules everything when essentially it's not supposed to. Money was created as a tool for us to work together, to connect, and to get things that we felt that we need, but now it's like money decides what you eat, where you live, what you do for fun, your education. It has overtaken a lot of our power as human beings. So for me, creating a balanced and positive relationship with money has really been a struggle. And I had a discussion with my partner yesterday, and I came across a myriad of just really cool ideas that I wanted to share. So as you guys know, on May 20th, I'll be releasing a video with the Quantum Creators discussing the Motivation Manifesto, which is a book that helps you really declare and write down what you want from the universe and how the universe can work with you in order to achieve that. And I wrote down about 4 specific things that I wanted to make sure that I was active in order to have the things of life that I wanted. And those things were creating quality work through Value Production, as I'm picking that back up now because I am able to participate in it in a way that is very specific, that I have defined, and not just a way where I'm just going with the flow and free falling because I need the money. No, I'm working with people who move me, who help me see life in a better and grander way. So create quality work through Value Production, share yoga wholeheartedly. And with that, I am currently at Small World Yoga. I assist 2 classes, Tuesday and Thursdays, which is very, very important to me because learning how to hold space for other people it teaches me a lot. It's not always about let me show up and give you advice, let me hear how you're feeling and then hurry up and give a rebuttal. It's sometimes no, I can just be there and be an open vessel and just place a hand on your back to remind you to relax. Everything is okay. We're in yoga to breathe, not to tense up and get every pose just right. We're here to become one with self, and sometimes you just need a gentle reminder of that. Next would be to create art that touches the community. Some people don't know, but I do like to create art. Some new art that I've been coming into is wood burning. I really enjoy wood burning, so creating crystal grids, creating pieces that people can put on their altar is really important because that is in alignment with my mystical work and the things that I want from life. And last but not least is growing my awareness and education of nutrition through working at I Love Juice Bar in Berry Hill, which is a new job that I recently got, which is really, really cool. I told myself if I had to work a traditional job, the only job that would work is juicing, because that's like the only thing that I'm like legit interested in. And I made that happen. Don't remember filling out the application, none of that, but I remember going for an interview and I got the job. Now, the problem with balance comes in for me is that I'm aware of all these things. I wrote this down in my manifesto. I know this is what I want. But the outside pressures have, and by outside pressures I mean and the world that we live in, and needing to have money to pay a car note, to have somewhere to stay, to be able to buy food, to be a valuable partner to my partner. I worry all the time, I don't want to be a deadbeat partner because I don't believe in traditional work. But I am the type of person to where if I have less, my gratitude is like through the roof. My gratitude and my joy is through the roof. When I first quit my job to do value production, I never really had, tons of just pocket money. But you know what? I would sit at home, I would create all of these things. I got to work with amazing people and just really build my creativity and my connection with the world. So money was never really a huge factor. But now, got my manifesto, got everything going. Next thing I know, I look up and I got a schedule at I Love Juice Bar that says 33 and a half hours in a week. So now if we're kind of talking about balance, it's like, whoa, you named 4 things that you wanted to do, but you're going to put 33 hours into one thing a week. And I mean, if we're, I'm not the best at math, but if we're talking about a 24-hour time span, we got to sleep, we got to eat, we got to commute. 33 hours in a week, that leaves me about 3, maybe 2, maybe 4 hours in the things that are really in alignment with my purpose. As you can see, everything that I named off for the 4 things that I wanted to accomplish working at I Love Juice Bar was the last thing. But somehow it's got pushed to the top of my priorities with what I do with my physical body and my physical action and my physical time. So, speaking with my partner yesterday, jumping back again to that, really understanding and honing in that I walk through life not with fear, but I advance with courage, because I have to make the tough decisions that, maybe I signed on for this job and I jumped a little too head first into it, and in order to create balance in the life that I want, I can't be here that much, because it takes a toll on my body, it takes a toll on my mind, it takes a toll on my physical awareness of what's going on. Being stuck in one position in one place for 7 hours, that's really scary. That's really scary for me. Going to a job and pretty much they're like, you can't leave, you can't take a break. That's scary. That's really, really scary. So designing a life with balance, I find, is very, very important. So some ways that I found that are very helpful to me that I want to share with you guys are just a couple steps. Create a motivation manifesto. A huge thank you to Quantum Creators for posting their video of how to become unstuck, which led me to, inquire more about what the motivation manifesto is and how to create that in my life. Without that motivation manifesto and without me specifically writing down what I wanted, I can see how going through everyday life, I could easily accept things and participate in things that weren't in alignment with my divine purpose. And, my divine purpose is to be a light, to be a healer, to be one with the community, to connect. And I can't connect if all my time is spent for the development of money. And I am still working my relationship with money. It's not the best one, but I do understand that it's a tool. It does not define my well-being. It does not define my value, my worthiness. So write down a motivation manifesto. Write down what you feel your purpose is, and if you need to revise it, but write it down. Read it in the morning, read it at night before you go to bed. Those things definitely help. Just keeping yourself on track with what you want for life. And then find someone to confide in. Find someone who you can share your thoughts with, that you can say, hey, this is how I feel. I just want to check in and see your thoughts. Do you feel this is in alignment with what I'm doing? Though every answer that we need is within self, there are people who you value and who you trust with your life who have some input on the decisions that you make. And for me, that's my partner. The day before we had this particular conversation, I told her, I verbalized out loud that working is inhumane. Not only, I didn't leave that with myself, I put that out there. I used my will, my tongue, the divine power that God gave me to say that working is inhumane. So that is a genuine feeling. And if I feel that way, I can't say that and then continue on with life like everything's okay. No, I need to sit down and evaluate that. And I need to evaluate that with somebody else that I said that to, because I let that energy go off on them as well. So I don't want to taint somebody else's vision that they may have for money, So being able to communicate and share your thoughts are really, really important. So that's what I want to leave you with today. You know, designing a life with balance is so important. So important. So make sure you continue to be yourself, express fully in the world, and just hone in on what it is, what's your divine purpose, because everybody has one. So thank you for having me. Again, it's Lil Guruji, and I hope to see you guys next week, next day, next tomorrow, whatever the case may be. Just stay with me, vibe with me, and continue the journey with me. I love you guys. Peace out.
Delicate breath dances across my lips, and I inhale her soul. My insides come alive, and I begin to radiate the brightest light.